Ready for 5 easy habits you can start today to retire earlier? My name is Roshida and I retired at 38. And because working mostly sucks, I want you to retire early too. Last year on my other channel, Sheeta's on the Loose, I created a video about 7 bad money habits I wish I had stopped sooner. Well, today I'm giving you 5 money habits I wish I had started sooner. I recently watched a video called Top 10 Easy Financial Habits to Adopt in 2023 to Move You Closer to Financial Independence from our friends over at f.i.r.e Journey. That video reminded me that I haven't really talked much about good financial habits to cultivate. My list of habits is different from f.i.r.e Journey's. We do have one thing that overlaps, which I think is a great idea. I guess we both think it's a great idea. But if you haven't watched their video yet, I'm going to link to it below so you can go watch theirs because their list is great as well. All right, here are 5 things you can do to move the needle in your financial journey. The first thing that I did when I was trying to get my money right, I had a well-paying job, but I had a lot of student loans. The money kept leaving. I'd get the money in and it would just keep going. Just go. One of the first things I did was I checked in to my my checking account every day. This sounds excessive, and I've heard from people at the time that it was excessive. Oh, you must be broke if you're doing that. And I'm like, no, I'm just not managing my money well, right? You can have money and still not manage your money well. And I didn't have a handle on where my money was going, and the only way for me to really do that was to check in for me daily. After a while, it went from daily to once a week. When I got a handle of what I was doing, I ratcheted that down to once a week. So on every Friday, I check in, I look at all my accounts. If I have anything owing on my credit card bills, I pay it every Friday, send them their money, and get them out of my hair so I don't have to think about it. So if I miss a Friday, in fact, if I'm on vacation for a month like I am right now in Dakar, Senegal, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter that I've missed a couple of Fridays because I'm so used to doing it every month that the credit card company has already gotten their money. There's no late payments anymore. I used to have some late payments. Not a problem anymore because I check in regularly and I look at everything, all the money that I have and all the money that I owe and all the money that's supposed to be incoming weekly. Now this one is the biggest one for me, and based on the way I was spending, I now only spend money in a way that I can track it. Budgeting doesn't really work for me, right? I think it's the Taurus in me. I want to spend, shiny things, let's get that. But if I'm tracking my money, I can at least see, oh, you have less money saved this month than you thought because you bought those shoes, right? That's why. I know why. And so I mostly spend, if I can, if there's any way to do it, I put all of my purchases on my credit card. Like I said, I pay off my credit cards usually about once a week, right? And so I am not in a place where I have huge credit card debt, which I was in before, and I wouldn't have been doing this then because I just didn't have a good handle on my credit card usage, I'll say. But I don't spend cash. Like I said, I'm in Dakar now, and it's mostly a cash economy, and it drives me crazy because every time I'm going to the ATM all the time, and I'm like, where did the money go? What have I spent the money on? Where's this money's just floating away because I'm not getting receipts because in a lot of places there are no receipts, right? And it's all cash. I went to a restaurant yesterday with the sit down, all of this fancy restaurant. No credit card machine. I went to the hospital. I'm fine. I went to the hospital. On the door it says we accept Visa. I got there and we're like, after I was seen and when the money was due, they were like, no, girl, that machine don't work. There's a sign. We can both sit here and see the sign that says you accept Visa from here. Why don't you accept? Anyway, so I really try to charge on my credit card so that I know where my money's going. Otherwise, where is it? What happened? What's going on? I don't know. Cash, I lose it from my fingers. credit cards are the way for me, because now that I'm at a point where I have a good handle on them. I'm not one of those people that has like a fund for different savings goals, in the sense that like I have a house goal or like a car goal. I have a fund for I have savings and investment accounts that I dedicate to different timelines. I think that's probably the best way to put it. Like I have a short-term emergency fund and a longer-term emergency fund, and like my money to last forever fund, right? My investments, my retirement funds, etc. And so within those funds, I have decided the priority in which I want to fund them, right? So which ones am I funding in which order, right? And then how much money do I want in each account? So my short-term emergency fund is the first one. That's if I need, something happened and I need some cash today that I probably won't need for long. I should be able to like refill in a month, right? Like, ooh, I wasn't expecting that. But it's not like I need like a medical bill that is like super crazy to pay. It's not like that kind of thing. It's like I should be able to pay it off in a month. That's my short-term emergency fund. And there's no like item that I want to spend that money on. It's more like, whatever happens. And then I have a longer term emergency fund. My short term emergency fund is the first thing. I fund it. I have a goal for it. And then I fund the longer term emergency fund. I have a goal I have accounts that I use when I'm out of a country, and I have a goal of the amount of money I want in those accounts. Especially because I live out of the U.S. And so having that money in a place that is accessible without having too much. I don't want to have too much money in those accounts, but I want to have, some money. So I have a number for each savings and investment account I have an amount of money that I want to have in that account, and I fund it like a ladder. When the first one gets filled, I go to the second. When the second one gets filled, I start filling up the third. If I need to go into the first one, I take money out. I don't put money into the second one again until the first one is filled. And having that ladder, which I can go into more detail in another video if you want me to, but having that ladder really helps me, get the money all in the right place. My savings are not automated in a sense, because it does take some work to make sure I'm hitting the right numbers. And I do this on a check-in on Friday, but it just helps me feel like I'm in more control. I do have more control over where my money's going, because I'm really intentional about what I'm doing with these funds. What are some great money habits that you wish you had started sooner? Let me know in the comments. I talked to Jolyn GC from the Come Up series earlier this year, and one of the things she mentioned that was really helpful for people who were thinking about investing was to listen to podcasts that give you information about the companies in the market, the companies you're thinking about investing in, how they're performing, etc. And it's something I started doing after talking to her. I spend a little bit of time on walks about, listening to pretty short podcasts, 3, 5, 7 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes, that give me more information about investing in individual funds, because that's one area that I haven't done historically, and I'd like to feel more informed about. And I think one of the things that holds people back from really getting getting to where they want to be in their finances is not feeling confident in the information they have. And so I'm going to say, and this is the same thing that our Rich Journey said, I'm going to say that allowing yourself some time to learn, investing some time in learning about the parts of your financial journey that make you a little nervous, that have you like, this doesn't feel like, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, right? If there's a part of your financial life where you're like, I don't feel like I know enough, or maybe it's not a part of your financial life right now, maybe you're not investing in anything and you want to, start learning. One of the easiest ways for me to learn are podcasts. It's one of the low stress, right, for me. And so I will just listen to podcasts when I walk, and I feel like I'm learning more and feeling more able to do the things that I want to do financially. Number 5 on the list, I guess it's a two-parter. First of all, if you have an employee-sponsored retirement account, like a 401k or a 403b, and there's a company match, get that match. Get it. Invest. If you don't get a match, still invest in your 401k. Invest in the options that your employer gives you to invest in. But that is only the first part. The second part is invest outside of that as well. Start setting up automatic investments outside of your employer's options. This is what's going to make a difference in your financial health. This is the thing I would say this is the thing that got me to retirement much sooner than otherwise. If I was only doing my 401k at work, I would still be at work, right? Investing outside, starting to do that even when it made me nervous, right? Even when I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, right? That is the thing that made the difference in my life, and I think it can make the difference in yours. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you implement at least 2. Can you do at least 2 of these habits this week? If you have all 5, congratulations. If you have 0, you're on your way. Get 2 done this week, get 2 done the week after, and 1 after that. You'll be flying through these, and this can really make a difference in your financial health. Okay, if you're watching, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing more videos like this to help make sure that you are on your way to your best financial future possible. And until next time, bye.